But I'm going to tell you what, I believe in every season of life, God can be glorified. We can choose to glorify Him and lift up His name. Living a life worthy of the gospel. Now, our series title, as you know, over the last few weeks, we've been talking about this, comes from Philippians chapter 1, verse 27. There are no perfect Christians. But I'm going to tell you what, every day I believe God wants us to strive more and more to be like Christ, to conduct ourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. Hey, you may have thought this was hindering the gospel, but let me just tell you, what's happened to me has really served to advance the gospel. As a result of what's happened, the important thing is that in every way, whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached. And because of this, I rejoice. God is going to move in every situation, all right? No human being is going to stop a move of God. Oftentimes, God moves and the gospel advances in the most difficult and unlikely of circumstances. God, whatever comes my way today, whether it be easy or whether it be hard, God, let your gospel advance. Let your will be done. His life was at the complete disposal of his master. So he was ready to serve God no matter what. On the mountaintop or in the valley. No matter what it takes, let your gospel advance. Even if it means hardships and trials and testings, if that's what it takes for the gospel to advance, sign me up. All right? So Paul knew that. He saw himself as on assignment. His assignment was to make a defense of the gospel. In Greek, it's apologia, and it means a formal defense. Paul discovered that his circumstances really opened up the door for new opportunities. There's a new horizon. Hello? That takes some faith. That takes some discipline. Okay, God, I may not want to be here. No. Paul found his joy in the spread of the good news, right? And if that meant personal hardships, if that promoted the furtherance of the gospel, he was more than okay with that. Let me see your hand in this. Let me view this as an opportunity to stand back and watch what the mighty God of heaven can and will do. He said, they're the ones who were held captive, all right? Paul literally had a captive audience. There was a Roman soldier. But see, they see how we act and how we react in difficult seasons of life. That's a beautiful thing. When other believers can watch our life, watch what God is doing in us, how we're remaining strong in our faith. Have you know that's the truth? Have you ever seen this in your own life? You look at someone, I can think of some of the godliest people I've ever known. And their life was far from easy. I'm inspired by those kind of people. How about you guys? Think of the people that inspire you the most right now in this moment. Would you do that? Who inspires you the most? And I'm willing to look at how God has moved in and through the life of Paul. Even though he's been chained, I can do the same. I can see God do the same in my life. Let's fearlessly and boldly and courageously proclaim the good news in every situation and circumstance, right? Every season. When we talk about advancing the gospel, we're talking about we're to preach the gospel with this mouth, but we're to preach the gospel by the way that we live. This gospel is all about Him, not about us. We need to try the best we can. Get out of the way. Put all the attention on Christ and Christ alone. So I love that. And look at verse number 18. I close with this. Paul responds by asking this simple question, but what does it matter? I rejoice. Can you say, I rejoice? Come on, I rejoice. Look at your neighbor and say, I rejoice. I'm going to look at this as a new horizon. Everybody say, new horizon. When you go through difficult seasons this week, difficult things that are going to come your way in life, hardships can actually serve to advance the gospel. So Lord, for those that are going through difficult seasons right now, so that when we leave this place, we remain determined that we're going to proclaim the gospel no matter what.